everybody, welcome to Payments Professor. Today we're going to be talking about settlement, as we talked about all week, but in real-time payments. So for this Faster Friday, prepare to learn more about settlement with real-time payments. How does settlement happen with real-time payments? Well, in real-time payments, there is the funding participant. We had the funding participant, we talked about them and the different participants when it came to who are the participants within a real-time payment transaction or entry. The funding participant, or the one sending the credit, must have funds available in their funding account, or they have to work with a funding agent that has funds available. When we work with real-time payments, there will be pre-funded accounts so that we know the money's there, because we're going to have settlement that's final and irrevocable. It's really important. We talked about settlement being final and irrevocable in our National Settlement Service video earlier this week. These accounts, these pre-funded accounts, are going to have minimum balances, and it is the payments professor's understanding that there's a minimum balance of $10 million to begin with. That's a lot of money, right? Really, for larger financial institutions, that's not that much if you think about the number of customers and clients they work with. At its release, real-time payments has a $25,000 maximum single entry, so $10 million should be enough to cover it. Why do we have these pre-funded accounts within real-time payments? Because real-time payments is going to settle one entry at a time. That means when an entry is sent, the funds have to be available to be sent at the time the sending participant sends it, because settlement will take place and be final once sent. Upon RTP's system's receipt of the receiving participant's accept or accept without posting, those are two of the types of messages that will be there. There are other types, but those are two real important ones. The system will record entries to increase the receiving participant's net position and current pre-funded position of their account. So basically that means one bank is sending the money between each other, as we saw earlier in the week in the discussion on settlement between sending banks and receiving banks, and how the debit, the sender account internally, and the receiving participant financial institution will be responsible for posting those funds to make them available to the receiver. If you really think about it, real-time payments is settling very similar to what we see in other systems, except it's happening one at a time, it's immediate, and the parties responsible, just like parties in other types of electronic payments, are the parties that are going to be responsible for making sure everything's sent, maintaining account balances, in this case having access to a funding agent or a funding account, a funding participant, and then of course posting those entries to the receiver. This concludes what we've had for settlement this week. If there are other topics that you'd like to have addressed throughout the industry in the basics, in the who are the participants that are doing it, and in faster or real-time payments, please let me know in the comments below. I look forward to hearing from you. Happy processing, everybody.